Hey guys, yeah, I do apologize for the wind, but I've got about, I would say, let me check here. I've got about 42 minutes before I start work, and I do apologize, as I say in the description, for any stream interruptions that may occur. But it's a good question asked in the topic, in the title, I should say. Will the Sonic movie renew interest in Sonic SatAM? I mean, right now, Team Season, or Season Animated, as they're known here on YouTube, has successfully reached a goal financially to get uh, what they consider a project that Ben Hurst, the late Ben Hurst, God rest his soul, was promising or was trying to do before his passing. You see, Ben Hurst wanted to do the third season. He had hoped, he even said it in the interview that you could find on the complete series set of Sonic the Hedgehog, SatAM, as well as possibly here on YouTube. Ben had said that he hopes for the day that a moment like this would occur. That basically we would get a season three renewal. In other words, season three being brought to the forefront, being becoming a reality. Unfortunately, Ben, as I mentioned, didn't live to possibly see this happen because I can guarantee you, if Ben was alive today, he would be more than thrilled that this is happening, that a group of people, along with the fans, helping them, put this together financially, fundraising, doing fan funding, funding, whatever you want to call it, that he would be all excited. I mean, obviously, you know, he's looking down from above and smiling from ear to ear, knowing that people are trying to keep this dream alive. Now, the question is, though, will the movie itself, which is number one at the box office for the second week in a row, potentially could remain number one? We're not really sure. That all depends on this upcoming weekend. But basically, it makes you wonder if it will renew interest in the SatAM property of Sonic the Hedgehog. Because when you think about it, originally SatAM, when it first came to Stars, and it was on Stars, believe it or not, it began being on Stars, I should say, the year me and my mom moved from Patterson to Newman, around that time frame. And originally, I think the expiration date was basically around 2018, but now it's been pushed to about 2021, I think, or even later this year, which again I think is going to get renewed again. And then you also have other places where it's being seen on. You have, believe it or not, Tubin TV, which only has the first season in English and both seasons in Spanish. You have the Ruco channel. The Ruco channel has both seasons, has the complete series. Um, so you have a variety of options. Even YouTube has the complete series for purchase or just up there by the fans and all that. So, it makes you wonder if, the movie being the success that it is going to renew interest in that property because it's going to renew interest in a lot of properties related to Sonic. There's no doubt about it. It's going to renew interest in Sonic X, obviously, maybe, or at least get something going there. It's going to renew interest in Sonic Underground, perhaps. There's going to be a lot of Sonic IPs that are going to get some renewed interest, and you might have some people being like, okay, you know what, there was potential here. Let's finish, what was started and go from there. And it's it is a possibility that that could indeed happen. But will it happen? I think honestly, I'm trying to be positive on it. So I'm honestly believing it's going to it may not immediately renew interest in SAT-AM, but I think it's going to help it. More specifically, it's going to help Season Animated slash Team Season, and that's SEA3ON. That's SEA numeral 3ON. Season Animated slash Team Season. I think it's going to help their case probably more so than anything, because their plan basically is to try to pitch this idea not just to Sega, but to eventually some distributors like Cartoon Network, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, you know, you name it, CBS All Access, Apple TV, whatever they feel is going to probably, whatever they feel could be the best option for this for the third lost season to be finally showcased. They're going to go for it. They might even just air it. They might just share it and broadcast it on YouTube. Because here's the thing: there's a lot of fan-related material out there based on a bunch of franchises. One of them, of course, Friendship is Magic. That being My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, that is. But there's a lot of IPs out there that have fan animations done, whether it's SFM fan animation or Flash animation that seems almost close, if not identical, to the show's animation, that is not officially endorsed by Hasbro, but Hasbro, I'm pretty sure, is happy to see this kind of stuff happening because, it still keeps the love for the characters in the franchise alive. So, when I look at something like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and the success it's having, it makes you curious if perhaps we're going to get a renewal, I should say, easy for me to say, renewal interest in SAT-AM. And if not an immediate one, I would say there would be, I'd say, like I honestly just mentioned, I believe there will be enough of a renewal or enough of an interest created that basically we'll probably get Sega to, because here's the thing, Season Animated or Team Season, they realize that they have to talk to Sega first. And if Sega basically says, okay, we're cool with it as long as you can get somebody to probably broadcast it, then that's a win-win. That's a win-win. But they realize basically that they got to, and I just got a message in, if you kind of felt a vibration noise or something, or heard a vibration noise, just got an instant message from Frank Hill, aka it's Frank, one of my online friends on YouTube and Facebook and all that. But anyway though, they realized they got to, talk to Sega first, get the okay by Sega to, to basically do this, to, allow this to become a reality. But like I said, even if none of that occurs, I think Season is pretty much, I think Team Season Animated, if you will, has pretty much, I believe, come out and said, look, they're still going to release it, even if it's on YouTube or other, video uploading sites like BitChute or what have you, BitChute, Vimeo, you name it. They're still going to release it because it'll be their way of thanking fellow SAT-AM fans for making this a reality. But I believe it's going to renew. But I believe there is a possibility that renewed interest will be put back into the SAT-AM property. And why do I say that? Because the one thing that I believe is going to favor Season, especially when it's with them, especially when it comes to their case of trying to get the last season and maybe future installments, basically future installments. And like I said, and I'm sorry for this any distraction. There's a siren going on and all that. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, like I was saying, basically, basically, what works in Team Season Animated's favor is not only the successes this movie is having right now that could help them with their case and trying to get this lost third season a reality, make it a reality. But I think also what's going to help them is when they make the presentation, when they make the pitch to Sega, and then if that's a success, and they then make the pitch over to Netflix or whoever, Cartoon Network, whoever they come in contact with, what's going to help them is not just the success of the movie that's going to play in their favor financially, the financial success that it is, but it's also going to be the fact that they're going to basically bring up the fact that fans have been helping to fund this. Fans have been fan funding / crowdfunding this project for a season to become a reality, and I think that's what's going to work in their favor. I think honestly that's what's going to work in season's favor is the fact that they have this renewed interest, this possible renewed interest due to the success of the movie, and alongside that helping them out, the fact that they can point out the success of the movie, what also, like I said, helps them out is they can point out that, hey, it was the fans that helped bring this together. It was fellow fans that helped make this a possibility, make this a reality for all of us to possibly enjoy. Now the ball's in your court. It's in your court, Sega. It's in your court, Netflix or Cartoon Network. Will you guys take the ball and run with it and let this long lost third season and possibly future seasons for future stories and generations, will you allow this to become a reality? And again, I think that's what plays in their favor. I think that honestly plays in their favor. But the question is still, as the title asks, does the Sonic movie renew interest in Sonic SAT-AM? And I believe it does. It doesn't just renew interest in it from an original broadcast perspective, but I think it renews interest in possibly getting that third season up and off the ground, if you will, as time goes on. I think it does. I think it does kind of renew that interest because, like I said, when you look at all the factors that would play in a favoritism or play to the advantage and play in favoritism, I should say, of season animated / team season and what's going on, not only do you have the movie's success that they could bring up, but also the fact that they pretty much can present the fact that, yeah, the reason this is happening isn't because of us, or isn't because of some other major animation studio. No, it's because of the fans. The fans are the ones that are crowdfunding / fan funding this project to make it a reality because they want to finally see this happen. I mean, the fact that when they pitch this idea, they can pitch out the fact that, look, there was too many questions left unanswered, especially at the end. A lot of people because here's the thing, you can't tell me that they won't point out the fact that not a lot of people still do not believe that the eyes at the end of the Doomsday Project episode, the season 2 finale, or the unexpected series finale, You can't tell me that they won't mention to the people that fans still don't buy that. That when they look at those eyes behind Snively, that those are more along the lines of a Knuckles character or a Metal Sonic character. It's like you can't tell us that people still believe that's Nagas because there are some that still are in doubt. Because they can probably, not saying they will, they could probably bring up the fact that the one job that an animator or a storyteller does is basically say things that are true, but not right off the bat. You know, there's no doubt Nagas was going to be the villain, but who's to say he was the eyes behind there, behind Snively, because it would have made more sense that Snively may have created, let's say, a Metal Sonic, had him go after Sonic, and then once that backfired, the last resort is to bring Nagas out with Robotnik, and basically now Nagas is running things with Robotnik as his lackey, and maybe Snively as his lackey as well. The point is, the point I'm getting at is, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is now there for season animated slash team season more than it's ever been. Because, in my opinion, the answer to the question of the title of this live stream video is yes. I believe the Sonic movie, Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which is number one for the second week in a row, and possibly could be on the verge of a 3-week run at number one, depending on, whether or not people go and, watch and renew interest and popularity in Birds of Prey, or go and watch Call of the Wild just for the mere interest or mere intrigue of it. Whatever the case is going to be, if Sonic, this is the way I look at it, if Sonic's movie can go a near month, not a whole month, but a near month at number one, or at least in the top 5, that to me is going to create enough of a renewed interest in the Sonic Saturn property, especially in the favor of Team Season and Season Animated when they do their pitch. I mean, there is no doubt about that. And they could basically say, if you look on social media, this fan base is still alive and stronger than ever. And it is a main reason why, the Sonic property is still as popular as it is, or as it is or has ever been. So, in my opinion, again, I might be wrong, but I honestly believe this is going to renew interest in the Sonic property. In the Sonic Saturn property. I really do. I think it's going to renew interest. I think it's definitely going to be beneficial to Team Season slash Season Animated when they make their pitch to Sega. And then if that's a success, then making their pitch towards, whatever service they can get to distribute it, whether it's Cartoon Network, whether it's the Boomerang streaming service, whether it's Netflix, which a lot of people would say, hey, you go with Netflix. That's despite, and I've got a feeling some people may say go with Netflix because of the fact that despite how you might feel about them, internally, and, whether or not you like the idea that they're taking away certain properties and all that, or, not renewing certain movies or shows due to licensing issues, people will say that from an original content perspective and a renewed interest in said content perspective or franchise, and basically doing right by it as if, the fans are writing it themselves, Netflix would be the way to go. So I think if at least we get a month where the Sonic movie remains in the top 5, that's going to play in the benefit. It's going to play in the favor, and that's going to benefit season animated and Team Season more so than I think anybody could imagine. I really do. I think it's not only going to, benefit them, but it's going to make the case to get this made and get this broadcast to a whole audience around the world. It's going to make it even stronger and more undeniable than I think anybody could imagine. So to me, honestly, I believe that the Sonic movie does renew interest in Sonic SAT-AM. It may not have an immediate impact, overall, but I honestly believe we're going to see some kind of result out of it. I honestly believe we're going to see some kind of result that is basically going to be a very positive one. I mean, right now, Season Animated slash Team Season is giving us updates of what's going on, whether it's through the Patreon, YouTube, Facebook, the web page, which I think is sonicsatm.com or satamsonic.com. You know, honestly, this is something that I think anybody watching would agree is a positive. It is a positive, and it's not just a positive for the renewal of Sonic SAT-AM. I think it's a positive for any Sonic IP. Like I said, Sonic Underground, Sonic X, those could get renewed interest as well. Sonic Boom, for goodness sake, could get renewed interest. But well, but as I always say in my vids, we'll just have to sit back, wait and see, and go from there. But I honestly believe, my opinion, guys, honestly believe this is going to renew interest in the property of Sonic SAT-AM, or at least the Sonic SAT-AM property of the overall Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I think it's going to renew interest. I really do. So, honestly, though, like I said in my videos, we'll just have to wait and see. But I think we got, I think honestly, season animated, team season, if you will. I think the timing couldn't be better for them. As far as getting this, off the ground and made it into a reality, because I think the momentum is there now. I think with the Sonic movie being number one for 2 weeks in a row, possibly a third week coming up, if you will, and thus possibly a whole month at number one, or at least in the top five. I think I think does nothing more than really put that momentum in the hands of Team Season and Season Animated to get this project made into a reality. The momentum is there, and as I've said before, I think what they need to do is, I said this before in another video, I think they need to strike when I think they need to strike when the rod is hot. I think right now the Sonic movie's got enough momentum. It's got enough momentum now to where they can strike when the rod is hot, when the handle is hot, and they will possibly get some positive feedback. I really do. And like I said, what plays in their favor besides the success of the movie, which they can bring up, is the fact that they can bring up that this thing's being funded by the fans. It's that financially, the animation and all that's been funded by the fans. So I think that's what's going to play in their favor. But honestly, like I said, I know I repeat myself here, but I honestly truly believe the Sonic movie has renewed interest, will renew interest, if not has renewed interest, in the Sonic SAT-AM property of the Sonic SAT-AM IP slash property of the overall Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And I think it's going to be something that people are going to really enjoy when that moment comes, that day comes, and it will, that we get an announcement one way or another of when Season Animated is going to debut, that long lost third season, and possibly other future SAT-AM projects and seasons to come. I cannot wait, because I guarantee you the reaction it's going to get is going to be a positive one. And it's going to be one we're all going to be happy about, and we're all going to be enjoying as longtime fans. But yeah, I think the movie does renew interest in the Sonic SAT-AM IP of the overall franchise. And again, I think it just, puts a lot of momentum in the favor of Season Animated slash Team Season in their efforts to get this off the ground. And I think They need to strike now. They need the momentum's there. They need to strike. They need to strike where the rod is hot, where the rod, where the handle and the rod is hot, where the momentum is there, and try to get Sega to at least say, okay, we'll make a deal. We'll okay it. We'll get behind it, if you can find an outlet for it to be showcased on. So honestly, I think the movie does renew interest. And again, it may not be an immediate impact, but I think right now there's enough momentum on season animated and season animated / team seasons side for for at least them to go out, talk to Sega and get possibly the okay to at least talk to some streaming services or network services to where Sega, again, like I said, I think Sega's going to agree to it, but I think the only way I believe they're going to say they're going to agree to, backing it up, or at least associating and letting it happen, is if Team Season / Season Animated can get someone to be the outlet, be the service, the network, the channel that broadcasted across the globe or something. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think Sega is going to say, okay, you got our blessing to go out and find an outlet, and if you do, we'll back you up 100%. So that's what I think is going to happen. But anyway, though, guys, that's just my overall thoughts. Uncut, unscripted, on the fly. That's just my overall thoughts. And I truly believe, truly believe the Sonic franchise, the Sonic Sat-AM IP of the overall franchise of Sonic the Hedgehog, it's going to get renewed interest, or if not already has renewed interest, thanks to the success of the Sonic movie. And I think if the Sonic movie gets that #1 spot for a third week in a row and at least remains in the top 5 for a month, then there's no doubt that the momentum is there. The momentum is there. It will remain there. And it'll be and the timing couldn't be any more better, if you will. The timing couldn't be any more better for the Sonic set for Team Season / Season Animated to strike when the momentum is hot, when the rod is hot, when the lightning is, striking a bullseye, if you will. I think the timing couldn't be better. So that's about all I'm going to say, though, guys. I got to get myself ready to get into work because I only work 11:30 to 4 today. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree with what I have to say? Do you think, honestly, that the momentum is there? Do you think the Sonic movie, but now that it's been 2 weeks in a row that it's been at #1, with a possible third week at #1 coming up, and if not in the top 5 after a whole month, do you think it is renewed interest in the Sonic Sat-AM IP / property of the overall franchise? And do you think now is the time for Team Season / Season Animated to strike when the momentum is hot, to talk to Sega, to get the blessing, to at least try and get an outlet like a Netflix or a Cartoon Network or Hulu or an Amazon to agree to broadcast season animate to the third season and possibly future seasons of a rebooted or softly rebooted continuation of the original Sat-AM show? Oh, do you think now is the time? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. Do you think everything plays in their favor? What do you think? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I got to get myself ready to go into work now. And I'll talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.